controversies this evening dismantling the Cold War. As NATO begins to demilitarize itself, what becomes of all that you need to make war? Specifically, what is to be done with the 278 U.S. military installations scattered all over Western Europe? To say nothing of those on the drawing board. Here's ABC's Jim Bitterman.
This is the story of two air bases, one with 8 bowling alleys, 8 dentist chairs, 1 shopping mall, and 64 cruise missiles. The other, nothing more than countryside, a construction sign, and a gleam in a Pentagon planner's eye. The first base is at Comiso, Italy. It's the newest in the U.S. Air Force, completed last July, and cost the U.S. and NATO $230 million. As of next May, it will no longer be needed. The medium-range missile treaty eliminates the only weapon the base was designed to handle. Meanwhile, just 200 miles away at Crotone, Italy, NATO and the Air Force would like to build an entirely new base for 72 F-16s, which are being evicted from their present home in Spain. To do that, the pastures and olive trees of Crotone would have to be plowed up, archaeological sites ignored, and cement poured in all directions. It would cost about $750 million to build a new base out here, and some wonder, with reduced East-West tensions, if NATO and the Air Force have gone one base too far.
I see absolutely no reason to spend money on a new base in Italy when the whole threat level is coming down.
What about converting that fancy but obsolete missile base for use by the F-16s, you might well ask? That, reply the military men, would cost as much as building a new base from scratch.
We took the decision in NATO to build that base. If you now just cancel that, it will be a terrific impact.
The base here, if and when it gets built, will, among other things, be concrete proof that NATO intends to play an active role in post-Cold War Europe, and that the United States wants to maintain its ability to project military might into far corners of the globe. And there'll be no major objection to that around the Crotone main square. The new base would mean jobs and money flowing into the local economy. Even those like Antonio Martino, who complains about the base taking his farmland, will in the end be compensated for the loss at a rate of about $20,000 an acre. Back at the existing air base, the acting commander believes that his facility served its purpose, reducing the threat of war, making his missiles unnecessary. But he hopes nonetheless that when the Americans leave next year, some use will eventually be found for the brand new recreation center, the polished marble chapel, the 920